obviously, that end of that game, you guys had a chance a few times to, with the ball, try and burn some clock. Couldn't quite get it done. Was it something they were doing? Did you guys not execute it the right way? Kind of how did that play out with those?
Yeah, I'd say all of the above. Had our chances. I think both teams played well enough to win, and they made the plays at the end, and we unfortunately didn't. But offensively, got it back twice and went 3 and out. Can't do that against a good team. It's always tough. I mean, anytime you lose. So I was proud of the effort, bouncing back on a short week. I thought, like I said, we played good enough to win, just didn't make the plays at the end, and they did. And got to give them a lot of credit, give Coach State a lot of credit for that call at the end. It's a big-time call, and they executed it perfectly.
Coach, where's the frustration level right now heading into the bye week?
It's just all about trying to get better at this point. I still think our best football is in front of us, and that's what we talked about was we got to find a way to maximize who we are, whoever we put out there these last 5 weeks. Got to rest, recover, and go from there. But that type of game, that type of loss, when you play that hard, have moments where you look really good, you got to build off that somehow and be better in these last 5 weeks.
Did you feel having Kyler out there with Hollywood and Hop for the first time, did you feel like it was what it needed to be?
Yeah, I thought they played at a high level at times, and there's some things we'd like to have back, but we just got to continue to work together and build that rapport with those two guys out there and go from there.
How important was it to get Connor going against that rush defense?
Yeah, we knew that would be a big part of the game if we could do that. I thought he ran well most of the game. Obviously the fumble, we'd like to have that back, but when you can get him going early, it usually is a good sign for our offense.
Did you get an explanation for either the reversals on the turnover?
The one on the fumble, apparently they said we took it from them, which I hadn't seen that called yet this season. And then the interception, they felt like it hit the ground.
Did any of the coaches who maybe were able to see it up in the booth tell you anything about what they felt they had saw in those plays?
Yeah, I mean, they felt differently.
You seem a little bit more empowered than you have been after a while. So it's looking a little harder.
No, I mean, it's like you lose in this league. They're all tough, week in, week out, put a lot into it. But like I said, give them a lot of credit. I thought they hung in there, and that call at the end was big time.
You guys got out to a fast start today. I mean, clearly you were moving the football. If it wasn't for Connor's fumble on that first series, who knows what would have happened there, but it looked like you got out to a quick start. What was the difference today?
Just focus, I think, offensively and defensively. Made some plays early. They got us going, but I thought the energy was right. Just like I said at the end, we didn't make the plays we needed to offensively to finish out that game.
We know you're always aggressive on not always, but a lot of times aggressive on fourth down. The one there in the first half that was deep in own territory. Is that how much? Do you think twice about that, or what was your thought process?
I don't. No, I liked what we had. They played it well. I thought we'd have a shot, but they played it really well, and so got to tip your hat to them.
Why decide to go for the field goal instead of the touchdown on the 4th and short there?
Which one?
I think it was 4th and 4. You guys are inside good territory. You guys decided to offer the field goal instead of staying aggressive, as opposed to that, the one where you guys did in your own territory.
Is that to make it 10-0? Yeah, that was just like I said, a lot goes into each and every one of those calls, whether it's analytics, feel, talking through it. So that's what we came to our best answer at.
What do you plan on doing during the bye to kind of get through this and move forward and think about what you're going to do next with personnel?
Yeah, we'll watch the film tomorrow, continue to evaluate where we're at, how we can get better, each position, see who we're getting back. Hopefully we get a couple guys back into the lineup and go from there. But, 5 games left. It's a lot of football to be played. And like I said, our goal is to make sure we play the best football moving forward those last 5 weeks.
Before Nate, are you at all concerned about your job security at this point?
I'm not.
Report came out that said that after some tense relationship that you and Kyler kind of smooth things out, hash things out, communication. How tense were things and how things go this time around in this game?
Yeah, we've been good. I mean, when you're not winning, obviously everybody's going to be a little on edge. But I thought he played really well today, and I think moving forward he'll play at a high level, and so I was proud of his effort.
When you and Kyler talk about the future, what are some things you guys talk about?
Just how we can get better. That's it. We know we're missing some pieces offensively, but we talk about how we can utilize what we have and what's the best way to do that. And I felt, like I said today, I thought he was really efficient a lot of the time and played at a high level. We just didn't make those plays at the end.
Coach, thank you. We'll have Kyler in here and the players in the locker room. Well, it looked like you guys were doing exactly what you wanted to do until that last sequence in the fourth quarter. What changed? Did anything change? Did you just not generate anything?
Yeah, it shouldn't even been in that situation. Whole game, pretty much like you said, kind of had what we wanted. Got our 4-minute offense execution was lost us the game. Defense, I don't think they should have been in that position. We had 3 chances, 3 drives to put it away and didn't. And that's pretty much the name of the game right there. I feel like.
How tough is it going into the bye on a loss?
Just knew you were going to win that one. Felt like you were going to win that game. Energy, just like I said, offensively, I feel like we played well until fourth quarter, and those drives where we needed it the most, we didn't make it happen, and that's it's on us.
One thing that's harder to take than others because of how it ended.
I mean, there's a lot of implications on this one. Understanding where we're at, how the season's going, where we could have gone. Obviously, we still got 5 games left, but yeah, we wanted to go into the bye with a win, and head in the right direction.
When you get James Conner going the way he was, what does that do for the offense as a whole?
I mean, it was huge, but I mean, he'd tell you pretty much there's nothing to show for it. Played his ass off, got beat.
How was it having both Hop and Hollywood out there? It did feel like you guys had some things working.
Felt good to have him back out there. Not some things we wish we had back, obviously, but to have him back out there on the same field, it was that was the first time actually. So it was good to see them both in action.
Where's your frustration level at right now?
We didn't finish. We had every opportunity to win that game. Could have controlled it. Ended on our terms, and we didn't do it. That's pretty much frustration.
The 4th and inches call in the second quarter that resulted in interception.
Yeah.
Did you like the call? Did you feel like you had Hop?
No, it wasn't. That wasn't for Hop actually. Schematically, we were kind of fucked.
There was a report that came out today that talked about some tension between you and coaches over the last couple of weeks, but kind of got hashed out. Where was that tension from? How tense was it, and what did you guys do to get that hashed out?
There was no tension. I think the whole thing from this whole season, it's just been kind of not the way anyone's wanted it or envisioned it to go. But between me and him, no, we're good.
James had his first 100-yard game as a Cardinal.
Mm-hmm.
I know it came at a loss, but it took him almost 2 years to reach that. What do you think about him?
I think that's a step in the right direction as far as the run game.
You mentioned at the end with the couple of those possessions, field position wasn't very good. How do you think that affected just the approach and the play calling, especially when the first down plays didn't gain much?
Yeah, no, that plays a part. But we practice that stuff. There's really no excuse for our last 3 drives. No excuse. I think we got we got the players. There's no excuse for not finishing that game on our terms. Not having to put the defense back out there. They did their job. They did their job. And we don't get a first down. We don't run the clock. That's tough. You put them back. Put them back on the field like that.
Kelvin Beachum said you guys talked, I don't know if it was offensive line or the offense talked yesterday, just about those kind of situations late in the game, needing to close it out, needing to get a first down, and just weren't able to do it. He said it was pretty frustrating for him. Obviously, it's frustrating for you as well, I'm sure.
Like I said, I mean, everybody felt like we were going to win the game. Everybody did. And then, you know, to not, like I said, to have the opportunity and not finish it, that's the frustrating part.
Thanks, Tyler.